and automatically find the silver lining. So just a little baby gratitude.
That's awesome. Anybody else? Oh, hi, Carrie. I was like, why is everybody waving?
Hi. Can I do a gratitude?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
I'm grateful for every single one of you guys. This is so fun to be here and see all of you here. You're all amazing.
What's up?
Oh, yay. Hi, Mary. Oh, and
It's April.
April. Hi, April. Hi. Wow, how fun. Anyway, I won't interrupt anymore. Thanks for letting me share.
Okay, so can we do something impromptu real quick before we, so I have a real quick gratitude. I was able to help somebody become consultant over the weekend, which was, yay! So I've hit manager again, so I'm super excited about that. But what was really wonderful about that is that I was able to show a struggling mom who has a son with autism. And she's a single mom and she takes care of the kids by herself, that it is possible and it's simple. It's not easy. I keep telling her it's not easy, but I keep telling her that it's simple. And she's like, well, you know, I spend a lot of time on my phone and really that's what you do. And so it was a powerful way to do a three-way. We did a three-way PM and she was able to see the process. And she's like, well, that seems really simple. And I was like, yes, it is. So we're having some conversations, and the person that she enrolled that got her to consultant today was like, I was like, well, I can share how you can get your products paid for. And she was like, yes, 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 yes. I was like, oh, yay. So, and it's not about me, it's about them and the fact that I am going to, because of this vehicle, I can show them how to create an amazing life and bring them. And I keep talking about, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for you to meet our people. So yeah, so before we go on to business, and I meant to do this before we started, will you guys dance with me? Seriously, hold on, can you hear it? Makes me think of you. That's all you gotta do. It's the DJ, when you gonna spin it? My baby's favorite, 'cause she been waiting for me. She invited all the friends, and I'm buying all around, and they're all rolled up. DJ, please don't let me down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I think that's just an amazing way to start a call, or whatever in between. So all right, so a couple things that I want to chat about this evening. I wanted to get everybody's feedback on the Belly Buster Challenge. So how many of you participated in that, and how many individuals saw results themselves, and then how many individuals saw an increase in their business with doing that? So just to share a little bit about what I did. So at the beginning of the challenge, I did a video, a live video, where I took my measurements. I pulled up my shirt and showed everybody my belly, and took my measurements. And so tonight I did the same thing and took my measurements again live. I didn't write down the previous one, so I wasn't able to compare and contrast. So it was totally outside of my comfort zone, but it was exciting. So it just, you know, growth happens outside of our comfort zone. That's what I kept telling myself when I wanted to vomit all over the place. So who was a part of that, and what did you see, and how did it affect your business? Vinny?
I did the belly buster myself. I didn't do it for the full 2 weeks. I'll be perfectly transparent. I saw, I think, an inch loss in that week, but I honestly feel like I was eating too much, so I stopped doing it. for the second week. As far as business growth, I'm not sure. There's a lot of people on our team. Personally, I can't think of anybody who personally contacted me and said, hey, how do I do the belly buster? So obviously it was up to everybody else on this call, you know, on their teams, what happened there. But personally, my personal enrollees never called me and wanted to do it. So that's my story.
TJ, did you have your hand up as well? Anybody else? Deb?
Yeah, I did it, and I definitely noticed a change, you know, smaller waist type of thing. I didn't get any hits for my business, but I did talk it up to a lot of people who are interested. So I'm hoping that something will come from that. And you know, obviously I can show them, but I also have to say I didn't do it for 2 solid weeks, and I still saw a good result. So I'm sort of putting myself back on it, and I wanted to ask, how long can we actually stay on that? Does anybody know?
So what I've heard, and somebody else correct me if I'm wrong, is that they don't recommend that you do it consecutively. So I think it might be beneficial to do like 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off, sort of cycling, if you will, so that your body doesn't become complacent, I guess. So that's what I plan on doing. So I didn't cleanse at all during the 2 weeks while I was doing it, because I wanted to see what a full 2 weeks of the bedtime belly buster would do. So I plan on cleansing these 2 weeks and then doing another cycle of the BBB. So.
Okay, thanks.
I think results are going to vary for a lot of people. I guess it depends on what state your body is in at the time, you know, what alkaline state it may be in. I personally find better results by doing a nightly cleanse than I do the belly buster, but I know other people who have better results doing the belly buster than the nightly cleanse. So I think it really depends on your body.
You gotta let your food settle down a little bit.
Awesome. So with that being said, what do you think about starting another challenge? Give it 2 weeks so that people can come off of, you know, this previous challenge and start a new one.
Is there some background commotion there?
Just slightly.
We have movement.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. My dad tends to yell when he speaks. So anyway, so thinking about starting another challenge on the 15th that would possibly, again, boost our business. So instead of doing like the belly buster challenge, maybe using IsoPro post workout to see what people's results are doing that. Maybe picking a particular product that people haven't used before and trying that, just to generate some interest, one on our personal pages, to share more products. So with that being said, if we choose to do this, anybody who is going to do this, what I would love is for us to be able to sort of like the Blitz, comment on posts. So if we do something like that, be able to say, hey, I posted, and then have everybody comment on it so that it keeps it alive and active. So thoughts?
I like the thought process personally. My product, if I had to choose one, it would be Nox. But however, on the other side of that, Nox is not exactly a cheap product either. You know, and you know, there's 12 in a box, so people would have to buy 2 boxes of it. But I just think if people put Nox in their body for 2 weeks, I think they would see a tremendous difference. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. So that would be something I would be interested in.
What are your thoughts, Vinny? Because I like the idea of Nox, because I believe that when people try that, they do see. That's one of those ones that within an hour taking it, you can feel the difference. So I think it's pretty impactful. What are your thoughts on the palpability of somebody who's brand new starting off with Knox?
You know, with that product, even though I personally believe it's one of the top 5 products we have in this entire company right now, it could be in the top 3. I think new people might shy away from it because right now it's even hard to convince somebody who's been around isogenics for a while to try Knox because they're like, oh, I'm not going to drink beet juice. What's it going to do for me? And you could give them a book on nitric oxide and they'll read half of it and be like, oh, that's amazing, and still won't buy the product. So, I mean, I'm just being honest about it. I think it's an amazing product. I think it's, like I said, probably top 5, top 3, right up there with Product B, right up there with the Cleanse. But getting new people, I don't know. It's got a good price tag to it. So.
Okay, any other suggestions?
I think you just let them try it, and it's just got like an earthy taste to it. That's all. Let them know it's high quality. Then I swear you're reading my mind too, because I was gonna say Knox, but it's yeah, it's just an earthy taste. They're not gonna mask it with bunches of sweeteners and garbage.
I would honestly love people to have a blood pressure tester and take their blood pressure, drink their Knox, and then an hour later take their blood pressure again. Even people with normal blood pressure are going to see a difference. It's just what it does to your blood. I would love that to happen, but that would be a huge task to get, you know, our team on board with something like that, I think.
But that's a really good idea. And I only say that because I have access to a blood pressure machine. Because one of my clients uses that for her husband, and I'm sure she'd be happy to let me borrow it. But I think it would be great for us to do it on the page. Just have a push where we have tried it like daily, different times during the day, and taken the blood pressure before and after just to show people. I think that's an amazing idea.
Well, I mean, even though I thought it was a good idea anyway, but I also think about, because I'm a compliance Nazi as well, I'm thinking about, you know, what that would do as far as compliancy if we would be out of compliancy saying, look, here's my blood pressure now, I just drank this, now look at my blood pressure. I mean, are we saying it does to your body? I think it's a touchy subject, but I'd love to see it be done.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we did it more of like it would have to be more private and kind of close knit within our group if we wanted to do that. I mean, I don't think it would even be appropriate to kind of put it wide out on Rock Your Life or Rock Your Health, to be honest, because you're getting real close to hypertension there very easily. And, you know, it's just way too close for comfort, obviously.
No, and I totally agree, but I wonder if there's, I don't know, maybe it's something to send an email to compliance, but I mean, if you're showing, like for her, she has a machine, so I'd be able to take a video and actually show it, so it's not, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're still making an assertion. And
Yeah.
you can't skate around the fact that you're making a certain assertion that applies directly to, you know, someone's relying upon you saying something, and it's going to directly relate to blood pressure, you know.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I would say shy away from it. Just keep the symptomatology at bay.
But if we wanted to do it ourselves and talk to each other about it privately, we'd certainly do that.
Even if we brush the surface of making a claim, it's not good.
No. Too close for comfort. I agree. Okay. Any other suggestions?
Don't we have an e-shot or something like that?
Why did I know you were going to bring that up? I think in my entire 2.5 years in the company, I've had 2 e-shots.
Oh my goodness.
And I think the first one was because I think Jenny Rose gave me one, and then Marcy gave me one. I was like, all right, fine.
Did you even have one at Celebration?
Celebration.
She did. Yeah, Celebration. She gave it to me at Celebration.
I stopped doing e-shots when they came out with bites of coffee. I was like, oh, I can do coffee again. I don't need the e-shot.
I love the coffee.
Dump an e-shot in your coffee.
Hey, can I just tell you something about the coffee?
Sure.
So I'm out of it, and try and find a good cup of coffee is impossible. I won't go to a place that makes it for you. I try and find the closest thing I can get that I can tolerate is what they call Green Mountain coffee. But other than that, I've had some terrible cups of coffee. So I think I'm going to order it 4 bags at a time from here on out.
So I'll share an experience that I had with our coffee. So when I first started Isogenics, I'm again Italian, so I drink espresso all the time, and I quit coffee cold turkey. And I had to say that I had a wicked head. I can still remember the headache. That's how bad it was. Like I wanted to put my head through a plate glass window over and over again because the headache was so bad. So I stopped drinking coffee, and then they came out with Isogenics coffee, and I was like, yay! I'm packing, and well, I'm done packing, but I packed up all my coffee because I thought I had enough, and I ran out of it, which was dumb. And so I ran out of it for 5 days while I was waiting for my auto ship to come in. Not once did I get a headache. And I didn't even think about it until my auto ship came in, and I was like, wait, I didn't have those withdrawals from not having our coffee versus when I used to drink espresso all the time, which is huge. So that's my personal experience with Isogenics. What, can we do something around the coffee? I mean, I know that's a singular item and it's only what, like 9 BV or something like that, but.
Well, you can take the coffee as a base because there are loads of recipes on like mocha drinks and coffee ice cream, and you can use coffee as the almost like Iron Chef. Coffee is the main ingredient.
I like that. What if we did a coffee challenge and people posted their recipes, whether they be with the shakes or, making cold brew coffee and putting that, ice cubes in the freezer. I think that's a good idea.
Coffee martini.
Oh, I like that idea.
Anna,
Yes, ma'am.
with the challenge, are you looking for something that's kind of like, here's before I started with this and then here's after? Because like with the Belly Buster challenge, you can at least have like objective findings, like here was my inches before, here's my inches, I think.
Measurable.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not really a challenge if it's like.
Just doing it.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Well, I am trying to find something because I want people to see that we can have immediate results and that our products work.
Right. Or maybe the challenge could just be like everybody, like the challenge is for everybody to post one thing a day, or I don't know. Like, if you're talking about coffee and recipes, the challenge could be like every person would post their favorite or something. Everything. I don't know. I was just thinking it would be, if you were looking for something more measurable. I don't know.
Yeah, what about everybody committing to doing 2 shakes a day for the next 2 weeks? And how does that impact,
Right.
Yeah,
I think that would be more, you could have more objective findings with that.
right.
I mean, I do like the coffee idea because I love the coffee, but
I know, me too.
But yeah, committing to 2 shakes a day I think that's a good idea too.
So I know that we don't post, like when we post our transformation pictures, we don't say, in 2 weeks, I went from 167 pounds to 160 pounds. So how would we measure that? Just do the pictures?
Yeah, so like
Before and after?
No.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
You don't have to have like numbers or anything. It just.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Starting it on the 15th?
Sounds good.
Thumbs up? Yay? Anybody opposed? Motion settled. Wonderful. Okay. So something let's take a look at the time. Okay, something else that I would like to, and they kind of go hand in hand. I have been utilizing three-way calls in a new way. So, we all do three-way calls for people who are prospecting, or who we are prospecting or contacting and connecting with, not prospecting, because I don't like that word. So connecting with, but I'd never thought about doing a three-way call after they've started the products. So has anybody done that? And can they share their experiences with that?
Yeah. So three-way calls after they've already gotten started with the program, right? Or after they've already enrolled. And it's been lights out awesome. It's the type of thing where they are just set aback by the time that or by the fact that someone takes the time to get on the phone and just say hi and say, I'm here to support you, and if you have any questions, reach out. Keep me on your Rolodex, even though no one knows what the heck of a Rolodex is anymore. But it's been very well received. And it's like we do with everything, asking permission is big. Would it be okay if we got on a call with, someone that we're working with within the company? Just want to introduce you so you have another person on your speed dial to give a call if I'm not available, or if you'd rather, have a discussion with a female versus having a discussion with me. I will not take offense to that. And, there's never an issue. So I think it's big to do the three-way call after they've enrolled, after they've started with the product, because it makes them feel like it's more than the product, it's more than the business, it's an energy. And it's something that they can feel on that three-way call. So that's been my experience, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So I'll share why I brought this up, because I actually did a three-way call afterwards, after somebody had already enrolled. And what I found to be immensely beneficial was that they, like Chad said, we connect with people, we get them started on the product, we help and we coach them. But really, until they actually get started and they're sort of really involved, they don't realize the community that comes with it. And so to be able to, to grab somebody who they don't know from Adam, who's going to get on the phone, take the time to speak to them, even 5-10 minutes, and say, hey, reach out to me if you have any questions. Everybody has a different experience. If you're struggling or having some challenges, reach out to me. I can tell you whether or not if I have, or I can get you in contact with some. And it gives them, I think, immediately a snapshot of the community that comes with it. Yes, we're about the products, and yes, there is a business, but there is a community, and that community is huge. I've heard it, I don't know how many times I've heard it. I came for the products, I stayed for the community. And that is true. And I don't think I realized how immense and impactful and powerful the community was until 6 or 8 months into it. So, and it doesn't have to be like JoJo and Vinny, the higher ups, impressive, nothing. How do I say that without sounding like an ass? That's, again, so I'm not, we just want them to feel warm and welcome, and, definitely use JoJo and Vinny to that aspect, but to know that there's everyday people who are, who are invested in their success. So I think what I would like to do is, possibly for next week, is to put a challenge out there. Reach out to anybody, up, down, sideways, that will do a three-way call with you post enrollment. And I really would love for you guys to share your feedback and how that went, what your thoughts were. Three-way calls are a really, really good tool. And I think it's an underutilized tool for me. And I'm getting into the habit of utilizing them more and more because I found there's always edification. And that edification, when it comes from somebody else, it's not just you spewing information at them. It's another person coming on the phone saying the exact same thing in different words.
Can I say something on it?
Yes, ma'am, you may.
So we all know Josh is like the LinkedIn guru. So he likes to connect with people on LinkedIn and share a little bit about the nutrition. And then when somebody enrolls, then they kind of get shifted over to me and I go through like the cleansing and the nutrition. So that's kind of like how we work our three-way calls. It's kind of like he does more of the business and I do more of the nutrition. So if anybody needs help with nutrition or the cleansing, I'd be happy to do three-way calls if you want post enrollment.
Is there anybody who would be uncomfortable if somebody reached out to them and asked them to support them in that way? I'm like looking all around me. No? Okay, awesome. So I throw that challenge out to you guys for next week. So come back to report about how that experience was, for you. And obviously you want to try to find somebody who will resonate, ask the individual who has enrolled if they would like to speak to a man or a woman, or if there's a particular situation that they would like to know more about. I think it's beneficial to have that. All right, so the next thing that I would love to chat about, and these are just, I'm sharing these because these are experiences I've been having for the past 2 and 3 weeks, and they've been immensely helpful for me. Accountability partners. So I have the best accountability partners out there. Just gonna say that, I'm gonna put that out there. I've got them, so you can't have them. Now that that's been said, I'm just kidding. So my accountability partners have been huge. And when we've come together, we've decided that we're going to be open, we're going to be honest, we're going to be very, very, very real, and it's a no BS zone. And I've been getting up at 5. And actually enjoying it. My dog is enjoying it even more because I take her for a walk. But I've been holding myself accountable. We can always hold ourselves accountable. Like we write down little goals and say, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. But once you write it down, first thing, you need to look at it more than once. But 2, if you say this out loud to somebody else who then is going to call you out the next week and say, hey, did you reach out to the 5 people like you said you were going to? Did you do the 5 follow-ups? And you have to respond to that person. You are, for me, 100% more likely to have completed your tasks, because I don't want to be that person who says, nope, sure didn't. Nope, not again, not again. And it's not because I'm letting them down, but it's because I'm letting myself down. And it's very loving and it's very supportive. So I highly encourage you guys to reach out to find an accountability partner. And it doesn't have to be somebody who's financially connected to you. And I think sometimes we have that misconception of needing somebody or having to be somebody financially connected to you, because otherwise what's in it for them or what's in it for you? And it's not like that. So yes, Jenny Rose just said, I think it may be better if it's not. Because I think, and I kind of agree with her, because then that person doesn't have a stake in what you achieve other than you achieving your goals. So I'd like to open the floor up to others who have had accountability partners. How has that worked? What has your experience been? To have somebody who's linked, not financially linked, or if you've never had one and are looking for one.
I can make a quick suggestion. if that's okay. Schedule regular calls and schedule those calls at points of the day where you feel that, say you have some habits that you form that you're not really proud of. So at that point in the day, schedule a call with your accountability partner to keep you on path.
Thank you. Nick
You're welcome.
or
Nick.
Steph?
So Nick and I recently kind of met a lady through Instagram who's a spiritual medium, life coach, da 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 da. And we really vibed with her when we first met her on we did a video call, and I basically met with her first, and she was really interesting to me, and then Nick met with her, and she usually only works with women, but she's working with both of us, and we are paying for her, but I feel like we're getting a lot more out of it because we're a lot more serious about it, that we're paying for it.
Meditation.
Well, it also includes like meditation and a lot of other things that we really like. But so far, having her as an accountability partner has been really awesome. And we're actually doing the things and we're being held accountable. And I think that's what we personally both needed. As much as we try to keep each other held accountable, it doesn't work.
Oh, and don't have your spouse be your accountability partner. I mean, I think a lot of us know that, but in general, it's going to be your worst choice. It is.
I agree.
Because, you're going to either let each other off the hook, or
you're both tired.
Or you're both tired. Like, oh, hey, do you want to watch something? The other person's like, yeah, I want to watch something. They don't say no because they want to. Or, it's just, yeah. Having a spouse or the significant other as the accountability partner is difficult, and it's not typically beneficial.
The only time spouses should actually work together in that kind of situation is if they're cleansing. Other than that, no.
That's a very good point.
Paul?
I just I got accountability partner last week. Somebody had chose to follow me on Instagram. Turns out she does isogenic. She's in Canada, and ended up finding her on Facebook, and we started messaging. And she's a 2-star crystal director. She's on Susan Sly's team. So I'm like, sweet, this is going to be a good partner. So we just started talking, and we hit it off, and agreed to to help each other out, kick each other in the butt. So I mean, it just by chance, by accident, couldn't be any. Well, it could be further away, but so definitely recommend a complete stranger.
I like that. I met somebody on Susan Sly's team via LinkedIn. And I realized that we're all very good at not saying that we're with Isogenics, because I couldn't tell from those LinkedIn profiles until I got on the phone and they're like, oh, I've been with Isogenics for 7 years. I'm like, oh, I should have known because your verbiage was exactly like mine.
Can always tell from the vibe.
Yeah.
Was she open to learning more? That's the weird thing, is when you get somebody who's open to learning more, but they're with Isogenics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else? So not to put anybody on the spot, but is there anybody, is there anybody who would like an accountability partner who does not have one? And is there anybody who would like to be an accountability partner for somebody else?
April and I are agreeing to be each other's accountability partners. She lives in Boise, Idaho, so we don't live near one another, and we are not on the same team per se, So we're not financially linked either.
That's awesome. And how about you? What are your thoughts?
Well, I obviously just popped in, so I have no idea what you guys were talking about before this, but we started our little accountability thing, and right now that's all I'm doing, because I'm doing a per diem. Anyway, I couldn't be, I wouldn't be a good accountability partner right now. And I'm a little scattered. I could probably use one, but I think I'm going to wait until June. And then I know I can kind of buckle down. I know I can't. I would be setting myself up for big failure right now. So I think in June, it would be a good time for me to have an accountability partner.
Okay, well, when you're ready in June, just let us know.
I will do that.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Okay. So we're gonna do the challenge on 5/15. We'll start that 5/15, and we're gonna post that out to. We'll post it in the group, but not only that, but we'll also post it on our walls and make sure that we go and love on each other's posts so that we can really, so perhaps in the next week, like next week, we'll post it so that we can get people revved up and obviously get their products in order, so in time to start it. And then we are going to, this week, I'll try to do a 3-way call post-enrollment and then report back on how that's gone. And then look for an accountability partner. If you don't have one or would like one, reach out to somebody who you think might resonate with you privately, or reach out to somebody if you need help with facilitating that. So, all right, so it's 1:45. Any closing thoughts or questions or comments?
Anna.
I can't hear you, Marcy.
You look very pretty tonight, Anna.
Oh, thank you. I got my hair done today.
Looks very nice.
Oh, thank you.
It's so soft.
It is
So soft and silky.
I've been playing with it all day. It's not going to look this pretty tomorrow, so.
Chad, do you want to share the big family news?
Oh.
Can we make a comment on Chad's hair while we're talking about hair?
Absolutely. I love the fact that he does this with his hat.
I think he
looks
looks
like he did
like
in
one of the
high
high
school.
school players he coaches.
Yeah.
I what?
You look like one of the high school players you coach.
Yeah, they all have long hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling you Spicoli.
All right, what's the big family news?
So we are combining and we're getting puppies for the families. We're getting one, and then Marcy and Josh and the boys are getting one. So they're gonna be brothers or siblings. So when we get together, we'll get the sibling doggies together too.
That is stinking cute.
Yeah.
That is so cute.
Stuff will be over, Chad, whenever you get it to play.
Look at the little puppy. Look at that picture.
Oh,
Goodness.
what kind of dogs are they?
Little fluffy Bichons. Bichon Frises.
Oh, very French. Very sophisticated.
And I think we're getting him Friday. So
Well,
yeah, it's
congratulations.
pretty neat stuff. We're
be
well overdue for one.
I would have given you mine to practice with.
So when you fly out to Vegas, you can bring them with you, and they can run around in my backyard, right? I got a big backyard now. So.
Yeah, a little crate. Put in a little crate. Take them with us.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to have a dog right now, so your dog would be welcome in my house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't know
Anna,
why
you
it's
rocked
so,
it. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know why it's always so hard for me to find the stupid mute button. Like I mute myself and then I'm like, oh, where's my scroll? Anyway, so thank you guys. Thank you for giving me your time, your attention, for being here and for being present. You guys are amazing, and I always look forward to seeing your beautiful faces. And Nicholas, you're on. You've been very, very quiet, but it's good to see you, my love.
It's good to see all of you guys too. Holy cow, missed you a lot.
Nicholas, I need a bear hug.
Yes. Big hug, big hug.
Vinny, you're looking good, my champ.
Yeah, thanks. I'm trying. Hey, I'm in a body challenge, so this 2 shake a day thing is nothing for me.
There you go.
I gotta lose that baby weight I put on when I had my surgery. So.
How's your back feeling? Or your neck?
I'm probably 80% better.
Oh, that's great. Wow.
That's huge.
Except for obviously the weight that you put on when you're under the influence of all those drugs, but that's easy to get rid of. I know this program that somebody was telling me about is pretty good. So.
Hey, you should look into it, see how it goes.
Nick, there's less than 100 days to Vegas Fight Club. Hope you're in this year.
I've been training.
Are you coming to Celebration, Nick?
Perhaps.
Be good to see you again.
Yes, of course. I do want to be there.
Yeah, I know Jojo told me something about people are going to be coming over our new house. Then, so I don't know what's going on yet. You guys might find out something. I'm not sure.
It would be an honor.
I don't know if I was supposed to let that slip, was I?
I planned on being there, whether I was invited or not.
You better get that pool pump.
Oh yeah. You got a place by the pool already.
That pool pump better be replaced soon then.
Actually, it's being replaced Saturday.
Well, it's good to see everybody nonetheless. You guys look great.
Great to see you. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next week. So go out there and rock your life.
Thanks, Anna.
Kisses.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.